What's going on, y'all? What it is? So let's go ahead and slide on these topics. Now, the first thing I want to discuss is this situation that's going down with Cat Williams. So, Cat Williams recently sat down with GQ magazine and he revealed the real reason why he went after Diddy, and it all has to do with Diddy's alleged involvement in Tupac's passing. So Cat says, so when I was a young man, Tupac was my favorite artist. I loved Tupac and I felt like we were kindred spirits. So if I hear you're responsible for knocking my ninja off, I don't give a blank what job I end up being in. I don't care how things go. If I can get a way to get to you, that's what I'm all about. I just don't like you walking around scot-free. Now, I appreciate Cat for telling the truth. He always seems to be an honest brother, and now we know the motivation that he had when he went on to Shannon's podcast and basically went in on Diddy in the fashion that he did. But anyway, let's move along. So I want to talk about the situation where Diddy threw Meek Mill a birthday party back in 2014, and the property manager has come forth and talked about how they left the place trashed. The property manager went into detail on what was left behind. He said that there were cell phones left behind, that there was also flour, right? That flour, you get what I'm saying, read between the lines, left behind as well. He also says that there was personal lubricant left behind. And then he said something really disturbing, and he said that there was ketchup left on the bed sheets, and I'm paraphrasing there.
Child, they saying the property manager that I guess rented out the place for Meek Mill's 27th birthday party that him and Diddy had, child. They said Lil Durk was there, French Montana was there. The property manager is now saying, first of all, it costs like $27,000 to rent it for like 24 hours, right? He said basically the aftermath was disgusting. It was bloody sheets, it was, you know, the LUBE everywhere, left behind and all that other shit. Left behind booze, and people left their dresses, some phones. It was a whole bunch of shit. What the property manager is also saying, when he talked to Diddy's assistant about, you know, setting up the party for Meek Mill, which, okay. But the assistant basically said that they require double-sided locked doors. For what? The property manager also said that the party was running rampant as the night went on, and the party didn't end till like 3 o'clock in the morning. What the was y'all doing till 3 o'clock in the morning that left bloody sheets, people leaving their phone and their dresses and razor blades and all type of shit? Like, what did y'all do? And poor Meek was fighting tooth and nail to get away from being Diddy's little, he ain't never beaten them allegations, child.
Alright, so you guys just saw and heard all of that, and all I have to say about it, it's just disgusting and just filthy behavior on the part of Diddy and everybody that was at that party. I understand it's a party, but what type of party was it? Did somebody's back door get broken in? You know, Meek Mill, Lil Durk, let me put it in, it won't hurt. You know, who's doing the bending here? You know what I'm saying? Now, let's not forget Jonathan Oddie, the worker that Diddy hired for him and Cassie. He basically said that French Montana will take a banana. But hey, I don't know any of this to be true, but there is heavy speculations and rumors circulating out there that Diddy, Meek Mill, French Montana, and Rick Ross had a thing going on, right? But hey, if you want to look on the bright side of things, at least Diddy and them had some type of class and decorum and didn't leave fudge brownies smeared all over the sheets, if you get where I'm coming from. But anyway, let's move along, and I did a video on yesterday talking about that Diddy may have seen just a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, because it seems as though he had the judge on his side after his rights were violated, so to speak, because his cell was raided and his legal notes were taken, and those were strategies that he was going to use to go against accusers and alleged victims. And so the judge ultimately said, rip up everything that you found in Diddy's cell and throw it away, because this is unconstitutional, right? And so all of a sudden now the judge has found evidence of witness tampering. I want you guys to check out this clip, and I'll be back.
Diddy just got caught lying to the judge about tampering with witnesses. We know yesterday in Diddy's emergency court hearing, the judge decided that the feds could not use this note where Diddy admits to paying off witnesses against him because it was client attorney privilege. Well, baby, they just got caught up lying. The judge just sent a letter to Diddy and his team saying that they lied about the manila folder saying legal on it because he just reviewed the feds' photographs that they took of all of this evidence, and there is no documentation in these photographs of a manila folder saying legal on it. So the judge wrote this letter, and he talks about how the government investigator took photographs of several items, including intact pages from 2 different legal pads and ripped out pages from other legal pads. Diddy and his team wrote a letter that described the legal pads in detail, and they argued that they were privileged in part of because they were on top of Diddy's legal pads and notes, and he had a folder marked legal, which put anyone on notice that everything along with the folder marked legal is client attorney privilege material, which is why the judge ruled why he did yesterday. But just wait. During the hearing yesterday, the defense counsel presented the court with an intact legal pad with legal written on the binding, stating that the legal label on this and the other pads showed that they were clearly protected by attorney-client privilege and should not be in the government's possession. And this is Diddy and his team presenting this to the judge in court yesterday. But baby, they faked that. The court notes that the sealed exhibit to the government's brief includes the photographs of 2 intact legal pads taken at the time of the BOP sweep. There is no writing on the binding of either pad. At the scheduled hearing on Friday, November 22nd, which is Diddy's bail hearing, Diddy's team should be prepared to give the court further context on the legal label that the court was presented with November 19th on the hearing to address why this label doesn't appear in the photographs in the court's possession and why it wasn't addressed in the defendant's submission to the court made a few hours before the November 19th hearing. So what the judge is saying is when the feds raided Diddy's jail cell and they said that they took photographs of everything before they even looked at anything, that there was no legal wrote on these documents like Diddy tried to say, and then Diddy and his team presented this document with legal wrote on it after the fact. So what were you guys doing? You guys were writing legal on it after. Ooh, boy, Diddy's in trouble. You ain't finna to get bail now, boy. You done. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Now, you guys know my stance on this. I don't think that Diddy deserves bail. I don't think that anybody that has been accused of the things that Diddy has been accused of should have received bail either. But I will say this, I think that if Diddy was of a different hue, this would have been a slap on the wrist and they would have overlooked it. In my opinion, I feel that there was a call made from the top to the judge. They saw that there could be an opportunity for Diddy to get out on Friday and they wanted to stop that opportunity. So they made the judge get on board. So then the judge investigates and finds this minor inquiry. And so now he wants to hold Diddy accountable and he has every right in his jurisdiction to do so, right? But what I'm saying is this is a simple mistake that should have been caught Tuesday when they had the emergency hearing after Diddy's cell was raided. So it just seems as though, it feels as though to me that there was a call made from the top. But anyway, let's move along and talk about Denzel and his erratic behavior as of late. Now, Denzel just recently came out and said that there was a kissing scene that was taken out of the movie Gladiator and he felt that the producers wasn't ready for it and that's the reason why they took it out. But what's interesting is the fact that the director was asked about this and he said that it was BS, and then there was a clip of Denzel kind of like walking it back just a tad bit. But I want you guys to check out the clips and I'll be back.
I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it. They cut it. I think they got chicken.
I loved the film.
Got to ask you about the Denzel kiss. He said people got chicken. Did they get chicken? Denzel said he kissed the man on the lips, but it didn't make the final cut.
No, that's bull. It was a senator.
About a certain scene, a kiss that was omitted from the movie. Why do you think they did that?
It wasn't even a big deal, really. I mean, I that's about what it was.
Ridley said he never saw the kiss. He said it didn't happen.
It's much ado about nothing.
Right.
So after that little bit of controversy, right, Denzel just recently came out and admitted that he used to shoot up DOPE, and he also admitted that he was an alcoholic. So it leads a lot of people to think that Denzel is trying to get in front of something that's going to come out about him, and this is why he's saying all of these things. Some people feel that he's gotten to the age where he just doesn't care anymore. He's on his way out the door, so he's just going to tell his truth. But a lot of people are suspicious that something is about to hit the fan about Denzel Washington, and he's trying to get ahead of it. I want you guys to check out these clips, and I'll be back.
Actor Denzel Washington comes out and admits that he was strung out on dope. Not strung out, he used to shoot dope. and he used to be an alcoholic. He said he has been clean now for 10 years. He said that the alcoholism started when he had a wine cellar built in his family home. And he said that's how it started, with the wine. He said the wine started off slow. He said the reason how the wine tricked him was because he said that he would drink it and he would not feel the effects immediately. You know, that wine creep up on you. He said then boom, the wine would hit him. And he said before he knew it, he was just down in several bottles a day. You know, you could down wine easily. He said he was down in several bottles a day. And he said when he shot H in his arm and stuff, he said that he was able to shoot it and get off of it. He said, but a lot of the people that he was around wasn't able to do that. But he said one thing about the dope, that he never got strung out on it. He said he was able to do that one day and then don't do it the next day. But he said it was not like that with the alcohol. And he said he put the bottle down 10 years ago, and he has been sober ever since. And this is one thing you can say. One thing about alcohol and drugs is that we all know that those two things are not racist. They don't discriminate. They don't care what color you are. Alcohol and drugs don't care how much money you got. It attacks anybody. That's one thing. Those are two things in this world that don't care about your background, how much money you got, where you come from. It attacks everybody, rich and poor. And it seems like with this, like, social media is becoming popular day by day. It's becoming more popular day by day. And a lot of celebrities and stuff are actually starting to come out and tell their story. They're telling stories they would have never told 10 to 15 years ago. They feel more comfortable talking about it. And that's why I tell people all the time, when I go on Facebook and I do my stories, I have this little thing I used to do called Coke Chronicles. And it's a lot of funny comedy stories, but true stories about the things I used to go through when I was on. And the reason, and people inboxing like, yo, bro, you're not embarrassed to tell these stories? You don't feel humiliated? One of my homeboys that I went to Howard Watkins Middle School with, he's in the street, he's doing different drugs now, he's walking the streets. He said, bro, you don't mind saying that? I said, I don't mind talking about that. You know why? Because I'm confident who I am.
Denzel Washington admits he's done damage to his body over the years through drugs and alcohol. I shot, but I never got strung out. I feel like I'm in the minority when I say I don't want to know celebrities' business. Like the ones I grew up on, I don't want to know. I did not want to know this. Somebody in the comments said they read, now this is allegedly because, you know, people just be saying shit. He said he binges, and then whenever he has a role, he'll go to rehab so that he can be clean for the movie. Somebody else said, we all knew this. Who knew? Who knew? I didn't know that. Now, every time I watch a Denzel movie, this is what I'm going to think about. Did he go to rehab before this? Is he going to get high afterwards? It's the same reason why I'm mad that I even watched that Whitney Houston documentary on Netflix, because now I can't listen to her music without being sad. I knew a little bit, but like vaguely, just kind of like I know she was on stuff like that. Like I know that, but the sadness of it all, just I cannot help but associate it with this person now. Because when I watched that Whitney Houston documentary, it was like late at night. I just couldn't sleep. I was like, let me watch something easy. I don't know what I expected. I didn't expect all that information. Now I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning Googling Robin Crawford, Bobby Brown, Bobby Christina. Who else is in there? Dee Dee, Dan Wark with her nasty heifer. Oh Lord, I don't want to know. Don't tell me nothing else. Just give me the music. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Denzel. These are people I looked up to when I was a kid. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Whitney in 5th grade because I knew I could sing, baby. You want to hear some? And nope, not gonna do it. But when I watched that documentary, I found out way more than I wanted to know. Like, I didn't know Bobby was doing her like that. I didn't know her family was taking advantage of her like that. I didn't know Bobby Christina felt like that. Like, it just broke my heart to watch. And I'm sure part of it is because I'm an empath, so I cannot help but feel like connected to it. And so I want space for them to be human. You know, I don't expect none of these people to be perfect, but it's just, I didn't want to know Denzel was a crackhead. Well, I guess he didn't say he was a crackhead. I didn't want to know this.
All right, so you guys just saw and heard all of that. Now, I do want to remind you guys that I've seen people say this on social media, but I personally heard this from my plug, that Denzel Washington is trying to get in front of something that's about to come out as it pertains to his whole entire career in Hollywood. Now, it's also been speculated, but not factual yet, that Denzel has had relationships with other men on an intimate level. We don't know that to be true. We are fact-checking some things. But anyway, I want to hear from you guys. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that was discussed in this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new here, consider subbing to the channel. I'll get with you guys later. Peace.